Hi, this is Dave, Fellow Running Guide. Welcome to this week's navigation task. This week we have a tarn that I want you to identify. So a tarn is what you might call a small lake in the Lake District. So there is the tarn, and we've got several features on the map that it could be. So we have Styhead Tarn, Sprinkling Tarn, Stickle Tarn, and then we've got Codale Tarn and Easdale Tarn. So which of those is the tarn in the photo? Let's have a look more closely at the photo to start with. So we can see that it is quite a distinctive shape. It's got points to it. So on the left hand side here as we look, quite pointed. It looks like there's a stream flowing out of there. And then on the right hand side as we look, we've got another point. Not quite as obvious. Maybe there is water flowing in or out there, but we've got this definite feature here which looks like it's running from higher ground down, so it looks like it's water flowing in. And then if we look more closely here, we can see there's a wiggle there of water flowing in from the hillside in front of us, possibly more there. And then another feature is this really obvious path that comes across very, very close to the water there and then comes away diagonally towards this stream. So a few things to look for there. And then beyond the tarn as we look, we've got steep rocky ground, and we've also got steep ground ahead of us dropping down to it, and slightly rocky ground that we're on from where the photo was taken. So let's see if we can identify that. So if we start with Styhead Tarn, well, yes, we have a similar shape. We've got a point here and a point there. We've got water flowing in there, and we've got these double streams here, and also a path coming across. So that looks promising, but let's not jump to conclusions. What about Sprinkling Tarn? Slightly similar shape and a path, but the path isn't going in the right direction relative to the tarn, and also we've got this island sticking out into Sprinkling Tarn, which wasn't seen on our photograph, so can probably discount that. Stickle Tarn, well, it's not really the right shape. We don't have those points. We've got one obvious flow coming out of it, another couple coming in and paths, but we don't have those pointed shapes on either side, so we're not looking at Stickle Tarn. Codale Tarn, there's certainly no big path around that, and it's more of a rounded shape rather than pointed. Easdale Tarn, distinctive shape. We've got this narrow waist there, so it doesn't really fit in with what we were looking at. So the first one we looked at looks more likely to be the one in the photo. Let's go back and double check. So I've zoomed in on Styhead Tarn there, so we can have a closer look. Definite point here and point there with water flowing out from that side. This is going downhill up to the north, and water flowing in here from the south. And we were looking down slope across quite a distinctive path, so we could be somewhere up in this area looking down across that path with these 2 points of the tarn, and then this is the higher, steeper, rocky ground beyond the tarn there. This water flowing in there was the obvious wide rocky stream that we were looking at. Whereabouts exactly was the photo taken from? We know we're higher up than it in this area somewhere, but can we work out exactly where? Well, one way of working it out is if we look straight down onto this tarn, we can see we're pretty much in line with this straight edge on the right hand side, and almost between these two little streams running in. You see there's a stream there coming from here and a stream there. So if we walked down the slope directly to the tarn, we'd probably just go through this point here where this stream's flowing in. We'd cross the path first and then into this sort of triangle before we got to the tarn. So let's see if we can see that. So here's that straight edge, and here are the two streams. So if we projected a line back from here up the slope, that would tell us pretty much where we were. So somewhere on this line going up here, and it would make sense that we were on a path. So the answer is taken from here, just on this little rocky area, looking down slope, scree rocky ground down and down through these streams into Styhead Tarn. So not too difficult this week, but hope you found it interesting nonetheless. Thanks for watching, and look out for next week.